Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I will be doing my beauty inventory for the month of March. The last time I did this was a year ago in March and I thought I was going to do an update around Vlogmas, but I didn't. So now's a good time to do the update because I'm going to go to Japan. I will be comparing my numbers to last year, but in the photos you may see less than what I'm saying, and that's because I do have some products in the shower that I do not want to take a picture of or take out because they are, kind of gross because they've been in the shower. Whatever I say is accurate, whatever is in the photo is not necessarily accurate. Yeah, also I wanted to say this, I did dye my hair. It was very brassy, so I dyed it brown, but in this lighting it looks a little bit brassy still, but it's much better than it was before. So I'm just gonna get started now with my face products. So starting with face wash, I previously had 3 things of face wash and now I have 8. 2 of them are in the shower, you can't see it. So I have a mix of just a water-based cleanser and oil-based cleansers. I usually double cleanse if I'm wearing makeup and or sunscreen. For my micellar waters, I previously had 2. I still have 2. I don't think they're the same. Moving on to makeup removers, I previously had 10. I don't remember how I had 10, but now I have 6. For toners, I previously had 3, and I currently have 3. They are not the same 3. I actually went through a period of time when I bought a ton of toners because I ran out of toners at the beginning of last year, so then I ordered some. They didn't come in on time, so I had to buy more. And then I forgot again and bought more toners during the sale. During like some Ulta sale around August, and I gave some to my brother. So that's how I went up and down last year. Moving on to serums, I previously had 5, but I currently have 4. I have been trying to get into retinol because I've noticed that I do have sunspots from not wearing sunscreen in my early 20s, even mid 20s. I'm going to be 30 this year. I told my great aunt that I was turning 30 because she asked yesterday and she was like, oh my god, like you're still old. And I was like, you're 100. In her mind, just yesterday I was 1 year old and shoving playing cards into her oven. So yeah, I've been trying to get into retinol, but I started off a little too strong last year, so then I reduced the potency of the retinol and it's been going great so far. Moving on to eye creams, I previously had 2, but now I have 5. When I went to Korea last year, I did pick up the Innisfree eye creams because I think I went to, there's like an Innisfree house in Jeju and it's right next to Osolok. And I'd wanted to go there for so long, and I finally went, and a lot of the things there were way cheaper than in the States, so I got a few things and I stocked up on eye creams, but I think I gave half of them to my brother because he happens to use the same eye cream. That being said, I still have 5. Moving on to moisturizers, I previously had 4. I still have 4. I don't think they're the same 4. So the one on the left side, from what I remember from taking the photos, the one on the left is my nighttime moisturizer because it's actually a moisturizer. The 3 on the right it's actually like a watery serum, but I prefer to use it in the morning because I find that it absorbs much more quickly than a moisturizer does, and it makes applying sunscreen on a little bit easier. Moving on to facial mists, I previously had 4 and now I have 2. One of them is not in this photo because it's actually at my office. It's like a miniature of the Evian, and I have a full-size one because I used up my past full-size one. So this can is actually not from last year. Moving on to treatments, this is like multi-use masks, exfoliators, stuff like that. I previously had 4 and now I currently have 12. One of them is not in this photo. This is why I need to do this because I am actually going to be doing a project pan for my beauty items based off of things that I feel like I need to reduce in my beauty inventory. For face masks, I previously had 6 and I currently have 5. I don't think they're the same face masks. And I personally don't really like face masks. I prefer a multi-use mask. Some of these face masks are multi-use, like there's 5 or 6 or 7. I'm gonna cut that part out. There's like 5 sheets in the bag, so it's not just one, which makes it a little bit less wasteful, but I feel like face masks are still wasteful, like sheet masks. I think a charcoal mask is better. Moving on to body care. For lotions, I previously had 12, and now I currently have 10. 2 of them you'll see later in my hand cream photo. 10 seems excessive. I know you're probably staring at the Sol de Janeiro and thinking like, holy shit, that is a lot of body lotion. And yes, it is. But what I do is every year for the Diamond and Platinum member, yeah, Diamond and Platinum Appreciation Day, 10 times points, and on like specific items, if Sol de Janeiro is there, I usually pick it up, because if you get the 10 times points multiplier, you discount in the future with points is greater than 20%. So I always try to make the most out of my points. I think last year I was able to buy like $300 and something worth of stuff for around $20 using points, so I usually try to points up at the end of the year by things I need with 20% off. I don't know if that makes sense, but I need to use body lotion. I use body lotion at least one month anyways, so I might as well try and get a good deal on it, right? It's hard. Moving on to body scrubs, I previously had 2, and now I currently have 2. One's in the shower. I got these ones from TJ Maxx or Marshalls, one of the two, and I have to say that the body scrubs from there are kind of bad. I think it is still worth it to just buy it from Ulta, like during the Tree Hut sale. Moving on to body wash, I previously had 2, and now I have 11, so I do have 11 of the same bottle. I also buy these with the body lotions during the sale. And the sale happens around August, so by the time it's August, I'll be down about 5 of each, the body lotion and the body wash, so I don't think I have to buy 10 again this year, but do I? Yeah, I don't think I have to buy 10 again this year, but I will definitely be restocking. Moving on to hand lotions, I previously had 6, and I currently have 6. One of them is in my office. I think it's the rose scent, and I don't think these are the same hand lotions. I think I used up a lot of them and then bought more. For sunscreens, I previously had 4, but now I have 6. This is a mix of both body and face sunscreens, so I do prefer Asian sunscreens. They feel like they absorb better into my skin, or they're more moisturizing, and they're just like not sticky, which is what I really don't like in sunscreens. I'm probably still going to pick up some sunscreens because I go through them pretty fast, and I don't think I'm going to go back to Japan, Korea, or Taiwan for another at least year, so might as well just get it if I see it. And then moving on to wax. This is a new category. So I have 2 packs of these Nair like wax hair removers. I got them for free from my Orange Theory. They just, I guess, were handing them out, so I was like, I'm gonna try it. I still have not tried it. Maybe I'll try it tonight, but to be honest, I'm not very hairy. I'm gonna move on to hair care and then talk about the other stuff. Starting with shampoo, I previously had 3. Now I still have 3. One's in the shower, so you can't see it in this photo, but they are not the same 3 at all. I've gone through at least 4 bottles of shampoo since last year. And then for conditioners, I previously had 1, but now I have 3. One's in the shower. And the shampoo and conditioner that are in the shower are both from Unove. I really like them, but they upped the price significantly on the Olive Young US site. Moving on to masks, I previously had 2, and now I have 5. One of them is in the shower. I believe it's the Fino hair mask, because that one you can just use directly in the shower because it doesn't take that long to work. For heat protectants, I previously had 4, but now I have 2. I think I actually decluttered 2 of them, and then I used up 2 of them. And for other, I have this root density spray from Dry Bar. It was Ulta's diamond, I think, gift. I could use all the volume in my hair because I don't really have that much hair. Moving on to sample/travel sizes, I keep them in this blue bin that is in my closet, and I pull it out whenever I travel, and I just use the sample sizes because it's much easier than packing those reusable bottles because, to be honest, they're not reusable bottles. It's really hard to clean them out and refill them properly. So I think I'm just done with buying refillable bottles because they just go to waste anyways, and I'm gonna get samples, so might as well use those. I previously had 45 sets of samples. This time I didn't separate the categories because I felt like I didn't really need to, and also I did pack away a lot of these to use on my trip in Japan. So I currently have 35, including the ones that I'm planning on taking to Japan and throwing away as I finish them. Moving on to perfumes, I sorted it by size. So for the full size, I previously had one and I currently have one. It is the exact same one, the giant clean reserve bottle. For minis, I previously had 8, and minis are the ones that aren't in the sample size. So it includes that travel size and the other smaller container, and I still have 8. These are not the exact same 8. I did have Killian apple brandy before, and I finished it, so now I think it's Her Majesty is the new mini I have. I am definitely going to be buying apple brandy in Japan because it's cheaper. And then for samples, I previously had 7 sample perfumes, but now I have 9, and whenever I do these videos, these inventory videos, I always clean things out before I show you what I have because for my samples, actually, something spilled in the box and it got all over everything. I think it was one of my cleansing oils spilled because it was greasy. And so I just threw away a lot of sample packets that I knew I wasn't going to use, and I cleaned up a lot of other things, and of course I cleaned the bin out as well. But also for perfumes, I will go through each vial and like sniff it before I put it in the video. And also, the way I store them is in here. And at one point I thought I was going to fill it to the top, which is very wasteful. But I only keep the scents I like. And my minis live in this reused candle jar from Bath & Body Works. It no longer smells like Winter Pear Forest. It smells like, I think, Clean Reserve in here. By the way, this is a really nice scent. I don't know if they brought it back this year. It doesn't smell that wintry. And lastly, for nails. For nail polishes, I previously had 7 and I currently have 7. I think these are actually the exact same 7. I did buy some nail polishes when I went to Korea, but I didn't really know how to use them. I feel like whenever I apply nail polish, it looks streaky, and so I've just given up. I'm going to give them away. They were blue and white. So 2 different shades of blue, 2 different shades of white. I did talk about it in my Korea haul, but it was so hard for me to use it, so I'm just going to give it away. For removers, I previously had one. It's the exact same one. And for press-ons, I previously had 0, and now I have 1, and I'm kind of saving this for a special occasion because I'm not that great at keeping press-ons on. The last time I used press-ons was last year in the summer, and I put them on and I don't really want to buff my nail, which is probably why they pop off so easily. I didn't want to buff my nail because I didn't want to damage it, so they fell off within 3 days. And I was finding them on the carpet in my car, and the thumb one I thought was a cockroach on my carpet, and I was like approaching it very slowly and I was like, oh god, not again, it's not like college. And as soon as I realized what it was, I started laughing because it was so dumb. It was a red nail. So yeah, that was everything for my beauty inventory. I definitely don't need more face washes, but both my husband and I use that. I don't need micellar waters. I think I'm pretty good on a lot of things except sunscreen. I need to get more of. I need to buy a shampoo and conditioner container for my Anne Honey because it's just a refill. My husband wasn't able to find the bottle, so I'm just going to buy those when I go. But other than that, I think I'm pretty set. I think I'm also going to get more Fino hair masks, even though I have 5 of them. No, 4 of them, and one of them is a giant refill, but I go through it so often because I use it every other time I wash my hair, just so that my hair doesn't get dry and dead looking because it's been bleached and colored. And today is day 2 hair. I need to wash it tonight after working out. It's good to know that I have too much stuff. That's everything for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you, if not in December, for the update next March. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!